Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. An app for millions that runs on Ripple. Music to my ears. This is the title of the latest Ripple Insights blog. And yes, I would say that is an attention-grabbing headline, so I'm going to run through what they're talking about with this. Also got some other interesting news I want to share with you. R3 CEO, which of course the creators of Corda, a Corda network, which, by the way, I'm sure many of you already know this, but in case you don't, Corda does allow settlement to XRP directly, and R3 CEO has stated that the entire Italian banking system will be running on Corda. But before going any further, if you would please ever so delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, subscribe, I guess, because this is an XRP-centric channel. That's my hardcore pitch for it right there. I got this story from XRP Twin, so shout out to you, good sir. I do appreciate it. And let's jump into this piece. It was pretty well summarized by crypto media outlet You Today. Ripple's partner plans to expand into 4 more countries this year, and it's certainly more than that. According to a recent blog post, CM Commercial Bank, I don't know if it's Siam or Siam, I don't know, whatever. The oldest bank in Thailand and the crown jewel of the country's banking industry plans to venture into 4 new markets, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam in 2020. SCB continues to benefit from its successful partnership with Ripple to help the bank transition into the digital era. And then there's a subheading here. Ripple makes payments easier. No worry, we're going to get to the part where we talk about XRP. Just hold on. it's on this topic. Ripple helped the banking institution to develop SCB Easy, which is an innovative app that allows customers to make seamless cross-border payments. During the latest Swell conference, Ripple demonstrated a demo version of the new product and awed the audience by sending money to a bank account in just 40 seconds. Something that seems out of reach for legacy money transfer solutions. Yeah, no doubt. Sorry, Swift. Not going to work out. However, the collaboration between Ripple and SCB didn't stop there. They're also working on a solution for EMVCo QR payments, which I'd never heard of that before. This don't feel stupid if you haven't either, which will allow making payments without exchanging money into a local fiat currency. And here's a quote. Imagine you are a tourist coming to Thailand, and you can use your home country mobile application to scan for payments and eliminate the need to exchange for local currency. You can use your mobile app, scan the QR payment, and receive goods right away, said Arthit Shrishparm. Yeah, that's how you say that. SCB's SVP of Commercial Banking. I'm horrible with foreign names. That's just, you know what? That's how it's always going to be, though. So, you know what that's got me thinking about also? Okay, so potential for XRP, because we are talking about moving money across borders using an app, no less. And this is the way that I think it'll be done. You're not always going to necessarily, like, I understand MoneyGrams and Walmarts, you know, there's not the only way to use MoneyGram, I know, but you're not going to have to go into a Walmart to engage in remittances. We're in an age of technology. We all have very small computers in our pockets at all times, right? Think about that. Phones, smartphones. And so it got me thinking also, they're not the only ones going this route. I've also covered, within the last several months, I can't remember the last time that I talked about this, but MoneyTap, SBI's MoneyTap, which is an app originating out of Japan. But SBI CEO Yoshitaka Katao has stated that they fully intend to implement money into money XRP usage into MoneyTap, which got me thinking immediately when I saw that story, because I was thinking, what? I mean, it's like, okay, awesome news, don't get me wrong, but MoneyTap was being used only domestically in Japan, and so you don't need to convert. You don't need XRP in between transfer of one fiat currency to the same fiat currency. Functionally, what does that do locally? You can show me a use case for that. Fine, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, and I've been doing this a little over 2 years, tracking all this a little over 2 years. But they want to implement XRP, so that told me that they see a grander vision for their MoneyTap app, and it's probably going to be the case with this too, because if you really want to fundamentally change the way money moves around the world, and you want people to use apps, you're going to have to bridge currencies. And the only way humans have devised a solution for this is it requires the usage of a decentralized cryptocurrency that has an open market value. That's it. That's meaning a cryptocurrency not pegged to something. And XRP is the only cryptocurrency being positioned for this use case, and actually has a rather notable developer, Ripple, building on top of the XRP ledger itself. So it's all coming. This is absolutely going to fundamentally change the way that money moves around the world, converting from one fiat currency to another. And of course, this should ultimately bode well. Not financial advice, but I'm sharing an opinion, no financial background, but I suspect, given that I believe utility matters, it will bode quite well for the price of XRP over the long haul. And this is just one use case. It's the most noteworthy use case for XRP right now, and maybe it will always be. But who knows? What if the coil adoption takes off like crazy, and then we're even more excited about that relative to what Ripple's... Like, who knows? Who knows how this is all going to pan out? But that's why it's so fun to track all this, right? I love tracking all this on a daily basis and reporting on my findings. Really neat stuff, like world-changing stuff, and it's not too much to say that, in my humble opinion. Next, here I got this from XRP Crypto Wolf, so shout out to you. I appreciate that. And here's the part that he highlighted from this video, because there's like I can't remember how long the clip was. It was on CNBC the other day. It was like 6 or 7 minutes of the R3 CEO talking. And so here's what XRP Crypto Wolf highlighted here. R3 CEO David Rutter said the entire Italian banking system will be on R3 Corda for interbank payments this year. Now, I don't think he'd just say that if there weren't some truth to it. He better not. That'd be wacky. The entire Italian banking system. All right. Rutter also said hundreds of millions of transactions will be transacted on R3 Corda this year. So Corda, that allows for smart contracts. It is a different platform fundamentally than what Ripple is doing in terms of bridging currencies utilizing XRP, not a competitor. And so it was interesting the way that was specifically worded. And we don't have a ton of additional insight into exactly what he means by that. But here's a piece covering the same clip from AMB Crypto from today. R3 CEO interested in CBDCs claims crypto doesn't solve business problems. And CBDCs, of course, are central bank digital currency. So I wanted to highlight just a little bit of this. Cryptocurrencies have long been expected to eventually create a paradigm shift in the conventional methods of banking. But do cryptocurrencies solve real-world problems in the present day? With the industry still in its nascency, this question has been the subject of discussion for a long time now. According to blockchain tech company R3's CEO and founder, David Rutter, the problem with cryptocurrency is that it, quote, it doesn't really solve issues concerning real-world business problems, which is the biggest critique that I had entering the world of crypto, and it remains my biggest critique of the space as a whole. But again, of course, that's why I'm so happy with XRP. I mean, damn it, it's getting used. It's actually being used for something. Speaking to CNBC, Rutter emphasized on central bank digital currencies and stated, quote, central banks have been looking at blockchain and digital currencies for years now. From our perspective, because we are an enterprise software solution for businesses, we are interested in central bank digital currencies to settle a large value transaction, which is different than replacing a currency completely with some cryptocurrency backed by a central bank. And then I went on to state, so the central banks have a lot of things to consider when you look at what's going on in the cryptocurrency world and how they want to promote commerce globally. Now, as far as the implications of XRP on this, it remains to be seen what their greater plan is for XRP. We all know that there's a settlement option. It's the only cryptocurrency to start. There will be others, but it's the only cryptocurrency that you can settle to. But it's not as a bridge. When I'm talking about settle to it, I'm talking about the final payout being in XRP. And so the question becomes, okay, even though it's available, how many people, how many businesses out there would want to settle for XRP, and what's the motivating factor for that? If there's some sort of, if there's additional money flows to occur after the conclusion of a particular smart contract, perhaps, maybe it would make sense to do that and keep the money flowing that way, so you don't have to convert it from some sort of fiat currency, which is going to be slower, more sluggish, more costly. You have to convert it into a cryptocurrency. So in terms of flows of the way values move around the world, I could see some of that making sense. But who are these other people that want to settle the XRP? That's the big question. So R3 thinking big picture, they're at the forefront of cutting edge technology, allowing for settlement of XRP. But I wish that they would just be more public about who they envision settling to XRP and why. That's a question that I've been wondering to myself for some time, and there is no firm answer. All we can do is just sit here and speculate about exactly what that particular use case is going to look like, why people settle directly to XRP, especially, again, in this case with Corda, it's not being used as a bridge currency. So let's go ahead and move on now. I got a few tweets I want to share before wrapping up the video. There's a tweet from somebody named Jerry Britta who wrote this. Remarkable. Mexican Bitcoin exchange Bitso says it processes around 2.5% of all U.S. remittances sent to Mexico and is on target to grow that to 20% this year. And I did report on that the other day. And so, of course, we know what that is. Bitso is partnered up with Ripple and utilizing RippleNet, specifically on-demand liquidity, which uses XRP as a bridge currency. And somebody else named I'm going to butcher this, Haralabos Vulgaris on Twitter, retweeted that and wrote, I thought nobody uses Bitcoin. So the assumption there, obviously not somebody from the XRP community, thought that volume must be because of Bitcoin. But no, it's actually not. It's because of XRP. And so Brian, who is on Twitter as @CaramelKidder, tagged me. And so shout out to you, Brian. I do appreciate this because I found this interesting, just like you obviously did. And then Brian wrote, yeah, most of that is XRP with MoneyGram, not Bitcoin. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit the little heart on that because absolutely, you're calling out the facts. All right, next, here's a tweet from the Bishop, and you guys are going to like this one. If XRP is a scam, it's the most efficient, regulatory compliant, internationally recognized, Wall Street touted, financially backed, billion-dollar evaluated, enterprise transforming, central bank notice scam I've ever seen. And my money is in it. You gotta love that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and retweet that now. But first, I'm going to go ahead and add a little emoji here. What are we going to do? We're going to do the smiley emoji, I think. I do that one a lot. Do smiley. We're going to do a thumbs up. And fire. There you go. That's a pretty good selection right there. Maybe even some drinks. There we go. Adding a couple beer mugs. Now we got a party started. Retweet. Well done, sir. I like that. All right. And then to wrap it up, this is unrelated to crypto, but it's from David Schwartz, Ripple CTO, co-creator of the XRP Ledger. And I just found it interesting, and so I just thought I'd share it with you. He wrote this. Always check a navigation chart carefully before dropping anchor. And I was like, oh, what the heck does that mean? So I clicked on the images that he attached right here. And you can see, right here, it's a map of somewhere in the ocean. And here it's highlighting, unexploded depth charge, September 14th, 1957. So yeah, don't drop anchor specifically there. Good call. So I actually retweeted that earlier. I just wrote sage wisdom from David Schwartz right there. Anyway, that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.